And good evening, hockey fans in Newfoundland and Labrador, across Canada, and around the world via the internet. We welcome you inside the Windsor Stadium this evening as the Central Impact play host to the Pinnacle Growlers. First game of a three-game set this weekend. Teams will play tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday morning. George Scott, Robert Golding, and cameraman Wayne Lynch with you this evening for this important game. Let's take a quick look at the standings here. Robert?
Yep.
Right up to date. And as you can see, the Pinnacle Growlers have got a pretty good stranglehold on first place.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they've got 70 points, whereas the real battle there, as we see, is between the East Coast Blizzard and Central Impact. Just 2 points separating those two teams. The Blizzard currently in second with 58 points, and the Impact with 56. Both teams have 3 games remaining. Blizzard playing 2 games this weekend against Taipan Osprey. Cataracts have 3 games against the Pinnacle Growlers. Going to be a bit of a tough road to hoe for the Impact. They've got to take maybe a couple of games off the Growlers this weekend if they want to finish in first. Robert?
Yeah, the bottom line is with the Impact right now, George, they need to just worry about what they can do and not anything else. And the most important thing is to not only win, obviously that's the most important thing, but it's how you win and the types of games you play and how you respond anytime. People can get really happy when you win or so, but how do you respond to adversity? And, there's going to be times that you're going to play good games, George, and lose. And you're going to play good games, and sometimes you're going to come out on the short end of the stick. But it's how you respond, not the next period or the next shift, but the next day or the next weekend, as this is the case. And that's what's important.
Yeah, I was talking to head coach Brian Casey before the game, head coach for the Impact.
Yep.
And he was saying, look, we've hit a bad bump. We've lost 5 in a row.
Yeah.
But he said, teams go through bad bumps, and as you just said, it depends on how you respond. He said that's what the message is to the players. Okay, so we had a bad patch. We, buckle up and go back at it again because we know we're a good team. We've competed hard all year against the other team, so it comes down to a bit of a mindset.
Well, you didn't get to this position because you weren't good. You got to this position in the standings because you were good. So there's no team, that's going to go through a season that are not going to have some adversity, some bumps along the road, as you just spoke about. And you said you spoke to Coach Casey. I did as well, as he was down in my school today. Brian's teacher, as most people know. And we had a chit-chat about the last weekend. And, he knew it was going to be tough, going to be an East Coast swing. And, it was tough for a number of reasons. Number one, the opposition they were up against. And, of course, not only was it tough for them, it was tough for the Pinnacle Growlers going through the real traumatic experience that they had last week with their former player, J.D. Traynor. And that impacted, pardon the bad choice of words, on many, many people.
Mm-hmm.
And I spoke to Coach Casey about that today. And, we talk about resilience and so on and so forth. And, to be able to respond and come back. And at the end of the day, George, we got to look at each other and say, it's just a game, guys. It's just a game, girls. And if we think that there's any more than that, we're in it for the wrong reasons. The most important thing is to have fun. Yes, it's good to win, but to build character and to persevere and to make good citizens. And I think that's one of the real things that we lose sight of. We need to make good citizens.
Yeah, and certainly I know Brian Casey, as you do as well. That's been his message to hockey players for a long time. This is for 99% or 99.9% of guys who first lace on the skates, guys and gals, and grab the hockey stick. They're not going on to play professional hockey. It's not going to be their career. This is something that is fun when you're young, and whether or not it becomes anything else after is immaterial to what you're doing right now.
George, it's so funny you say that. I was cleaning out some of my lockers and cubicles down at the school this year. And I'm retired.
He's getting ready to retire.
I am. So anyway, I just happened to come upon a Nike Skills Development Coaching binder. And when I opened it up, and, George, I started coaching back in the mid-'80s. And when I opened it up, on the inside, this is Nike Skills Development Program, right? And who should be the authors of the particular binder was Andy Murray and Mike Johnson.
Oh, wow.
Andy Murray coached Brian Casey in 1998 as a part of the national team program, which Brian spent a year with. And the next year, Mike Johnson took over, and Brian Casey then went on to play in Europe. And if people can remember, and maybe they can't, the national team program was a very formidable program, and until they had the strike back in the early 90s and then went on from there, only people that played on the national team were amateur players until the NHLers came in. So Brian Casey spent a year in that program.
All right, time now for the national anthem, then we'll get underway with this game.
George, I can't help but laugh. But I look down on the ice, and I see 3 former graduates of mine down the Botwood Collegiate who had a real tough time beating me and playing me in pickleball. And that'd be Jeremiah Gill, Joshua Gill, and of course, Raleigh Jarrett. And I'm looking down. It's good to see 3 of these officials back on the ice here tonight.
All right, so we got 3 Botwood officials out there.
Yeah, wow.
All right, we are set to get underway here at the Windsor Stadium. Central Impact taking on Pinnacle Growlers. Big weekend for the Impact. Impact in their home whites, Growlers in the black and gold. We are underway. Growlers control it from the opening face-off. Daw gets the pass into Witten. Witten down in the corner, comes back to the point. Held in by Morgan. Bath plays it down a little deeper for the Impact. Here's Paul Hughes for the Impact. He'll get it back along the boards, back behind his net to Quinn Price. Price to Zach King. He's checked right away, comes back to Hughes. Hughes turning against the forechecking, gets it here to the near boards. Price just gets it out. Morgan has it, feeds it to the other side, picked up over there by Daw. Daw, drop pass for Witten. Witten lost his balance a little bit. Couldn't get the shot away as he staggered and stumbled. Puck comes to the boards. Price will pick it up. Good opening shift for the Pinnacle Growlers. That's dumped in. Racing after Reed Fowler. Trying to get in on the forecheck. Growlers move it out quickly. Chafe in over the blue line. Snapshot just offside at the blue line by a hair.
And George, if you think about it, the first minute was spent in the impact zone, and one of the things is about turning pucks over and getting in quick on a forecheck. And these Pinnacle Growlers are obviously very fleet-foot up front, and they're going to get in on top of the Impact defenseman in a hurry, especially in this smaller ice surface.
That pass Lynch in behind the goal, comes all the way out towards the blue line. Impact are on it, just get rid of it. Simmons out at center. Simmons almost gave it away to Ingram. Recovers and dumps it in. Hillier had it go over his head. He's got to pivot and go back, and he'll allow the Growlers to get in on the forecheck. Strickland pushed off the puck. Into the slot. Chafe with a shot just missed far side. Kept in. That shot goes wide. Comes to the near boards. Second minute. Same as the first minute, Robert.
Very similar.
Hillier off the boards. Gets it out.
Very similar.
That's dumped in. Lynch leaves it there for his defenseman Hillier. 94 is, that's Hillier. Give away right in front, a chance for Pittman, and he stopped. Great chance there for the Impact.
The Impact forced a turnover down low, got it out to Ingram, who was wide open in front of net. Goaltender made a great save.
It's Nathaniel Leonard starting in goal for the Growlers. His first big save of the game. First really good scoring chance. Tilly in behind the Impact net. Puck comes into the corner. Davis shot it in. Tilly will pick it up off the far boards. Back at the point. Fanning on it. Kosh. Hutchings catching up. Kosh steps inside. Gets away a shot. Stopped by Leonard.
Good breakaway there by Kosh. Used his body well. Was at the end of shift. Heavy legs.
Kennedy weaving his way in. Finally knocked off his stick back to the point. Now comes Jersey McNeil in the lineup for the Impact tonight. They are missing Jaden Hanrahan and James Hodder. Hanrahan nursing a minor injury. Not sure when he'll be back. He won't be back this week, and that shot goes wide from Strickland. Hodder feeling a little under the weather. Not sure if he'll be good to go this weekend or not, but neither one in the lineup tonight. So we get Roberts and McNeil playing.
Yeah, they use a platoon, and both of them are in the lineup tonight. Both are good players. Bring two different types of a game. One being a left-handed shooter, right-handed shooter, and the other one gets down low in a hurry.
And kept in by the Growlers. Boland got a stick on it down into the corner. Boland gets the return pass. Shot may have been going wide. Snatched out of the air anyway by Jaden Lynch.
Yeah, Strickland, the D-man for the Impact at the time, and he didn't get good communication from his fellow counterpart, who should have let him know that there's a guy straight behind you who's going to be, applying pressure on a forecheck, and he stole a puck from him. Could have resulted in a goal. It was a goal-scoring chance. Goaltender made a nice save. You see backup goaltender tonight as well for the Impact with their their second-string goaltender who's still injured. Liam Hicks is in the backup role tonight for this Impact team.
Yeah, Aaron O'Leary was injured.
Yes.
A little while ago, just before Christmas, and
yeah, we thought it might have been a groin, but it was a knee ankle injury, and he's still out. It's probably a month, I guess, now.
Oh yeah.
It was before Christmas, right, when we were here with the...
It was the last time we did a Impact game.
Yeah, it was the bad ice, was it?
Yeah, that was the weekend that the third game on Sunday morning got called off after 6 minutes when a chunk of ice went missing.
Yeah, Brian Gushy was looking for extra pay because he had spent a little bit of extra time here. I'll let Brian know that check is in the mail.
A little bit late starting tonight, you may have noticed, about 15 minutes late. And
we get a new Zamboni, don't we, George?
Brand new Zamboni here at the Windsor Stadium. After they did the ice, there was clumps of snow all over the place, so they had to go out and do it again, get it cleaned up, but that's the reason for the delay.
There's more snow on the ice than was in my driveway.
Byrne with a shot goes wide. Yeah. I looked out and I said, they don't need a Zamboni to clean that up. They need a snowblower. And but they did. Oh, that hit the linesman. It'll stop that rush.
Raleigh
Cold
Jarrett
in its tracks. Fowler turning at center. Backhands it in. Tucker back to pick it up. To the boards. They'll be kept in by Caden Hillier. Hillier, that went off the skate of Byrne, and then the shot from Ingram off the glove of Leonard. Didn't control it. That's tipped in front. It just goes wide. Ingram got a piece of it, and it just trickled past the post.
Fowler had his first shot. It's going to be a penalty here behind the play. Going to go to the Growlers. Going to be a hook behind the play, as that was the best shift that this Impact team had so far. Had two quality shots. Ingram had a shot down low after a shot from the D-man. And, of course, Reed Fowler, who's been a sniper, and, him and Byrne worked well together. He was out there and he had a good quality shot as well. Good skater. Possesses some good speed up front. You see him playing on the D on the power play.
All right, so Impact on the power play. They'll take possession. King comes back to the point. Price can't shoot it. He'll hold it. Circles back. Almost lost it. Just kept it onside. Back to Price. Fowler. Try to go down low to King. Fowler's got some room. Shot off the stick of the defenseman, though. Didn't get by, and that'll be cleared down the ice by the Growlers.
Pinnacle Growlers are doing a great job of a 3-1 and a 1-3, getting out and preventing the cross-seam pass and forcing the D-man for the Impact team to try to get the puck through, and neither was able to get it through.
Looked like he had a little bit of room, but it hit a stick. Now here's Byrne. Byrne breaking in. Byrne shoots. That went up high and out of play. They're saying it went off the goaltender. Face-off will stay in the Growlers' end.
Yeah, I was noticing, George, is what we call a support and what we call a squish play, where the forward settles down low and it squishes down on the D-man but comes back out. And it took really a lot of the ice away from the D-man for the Impact team, that is.
All the years I've been doing this, never heard of a squish play. Pretty cool. I'm learning something all the time with you, Robert.
George, I
love
it. Okay. Oh, my.
Hughes. Hughes with a shot right into the glove of Leonard. He'll hold it.
As a D-man on a power play, I know it's easy to say you got to find a way to get the puck through, but it's not as easy as it seems. So if you've got a Growler out 6-8 feet from you, you can't force that puck through. If it goes off of his shin pad, it's a breakaway the other way. So you've got to learn to stretch the ice, and it's difficult to do in a smaller ice surface.
Clean face-off win will send the puck down the ice. 45 seconds to go in the power play for the Impact. Tried to drop it back, but that pass was off the mark. Pittman's got it.
You can drop that puck back, George, when you get to the red line. You can't drop it back in your own zone.
Here's Ingram. Poke check, Locke following up on it, plays it in round behind the goal. The Growlers have it. Out it comes. Down the ice. 20 seconds to go in the power play.
The Impact are looking for a little bit more offense from Aiden Locke from Buckins. That's a penalty there. It's got to be.
It is.
It's an easy call.
A tripping penalty. McNeil shot well wide.
And you need to let the Growlers touch the puck.
And they do, but only 4 seconds left to go in the first penalty, so a very brief 5-on-3 for the Impact.
And George, if you're killing a penalty, okay, you have to what we call angle forecheck. So first thing you need to stay is back outside the blue line. You can't go in and try to go one-on-one with a D-man who's carrying the puck. If he goes left and you go left, you gotta upend him, and that's exactly what happened. You have to go on angles and force them to the perimeter. It's called angle forechecking, and you cannot do that short-handed. It's tough. 5-on-5, but it's really, really tough. 5-on-4, 4-on-5, as the case was for Pinnacle Growlers.
Clean face-off win. They'll get one crack at it here, as the first penalty to Growlers now has expired. Players out of the box shot, as you talked about, nowhere to get it through. It hit somebody and down the ice.
Well, Price didn't recognize Fowler being on the left-hand side, on the weak side of the ice, who was in a great shooting position. They tried this play again, George, and they're putting it back. They're not gaining the red line to dump the puck back. It's just, it doesn't work.
It's that slingshot play you see all the teams in the NHL use now.
But
Skate it up, drop it back to a defenseman who's coming through with some speed.
Right, when they get over the red line.
Yeah. Not it back in your own end, as you said. That shot stopped, got under the pad of Leonard, and he just kept it out.
Now that's not a bad play, right? You get Hounslow, you free him up what we call a soft spot. Nobody really around him, not paying a whole lot of attention. Fowler gives him a nice 12-foot pass. He gets a shot away. I really like the way the Pinnacle Growlers are pressuring guys to the outside and forcing them for those shots to the outside.
They'll control it again off the face-off, and this will come out just out over the blue line and then feathered down the rest of the way. Just a minute left to go in the power play for the Impact. The one shot. King cross ice. Finds Adam Byrne. He's forced back. Byrne turning at center. Gives it to Hounslow. Kagan Hounslow. Working against Simmons. Stopped up. Following up on it is Byrne. Byrne getting it out in front. Scores!
Byrne manages to find the 5-hole, George, and slide it through. He's in the corner. It looks like a nothing play. And Byrne, who's very crafty, you see him take this puck on his forehand. On the left-hand side, there's some soft ice here. He comes through, he beats the goaltender, 5-hole down low. Goaltender certainly wishing he had that one back.
So penalty trouble for the Growlers. Back-to-back penalties, and the Impact finally capitalized after a pretty good start for the visiting team, as they had Impact pinned in their own end the first couple of shifts.
Oh yeah, the first 3 minutes the puck didn't get out over the red line.
Penalties have made a difference. 1-0. It's with just over 11 minutes left to go here in the opening period. It's a good pass for Canes. Canes, he's stopped by Strickland. Got the poke check in there. Pittman will come the other way. Graham Pittman shoots it in off the boards, goes in looking for it. Growlers are in there first. Philpott. Brandon Philpott looking for Canes. Canes trying to get in around behind the defense. Canes gets a stick on it. Hilliard does a good job. Come back and help his defensive partner. Comes up with the puck.
Yeah, Hilliard did a good job on a reverse pivot. He needs to hold that puck a little more. He just tossed it away.
Growlers bring it back in. Boland bumped against the boards. Tucker trying to feed it out in front. Roberts knocked it down. Impact turned it over. That shot from a sharp angle is stopped by Lynch. Still loose. Backhand. Back at the point. Hutchings will go the other side. Dahl fed it in front. That shot just went wide. Pressure now by the Growlers as they try to respond to that opening goal by the Impact. Roberts gets it out. Here's Locke 2-on-1. Pass just beyond the reach of Jersey McNeil. And that will come the other way again. Good job by the Impact defense. McNeil's got it. McNeil gets it to center, shoots it in, and then he gets knocked down.
Pretty liberal call by the official. I'm not sure if he gained the red line or not, but anyway, he gave it to him.
It was close.
There.
Bath. Again, he's poke check. Fowler to the boards. Byrne gets rid of it. Maloney. Pass for Bath, just kicks it away. Hughes will get over there for the Impact. Give it to his defensive partner Strickland. Strickland takes it off the boards. Knocked out of the air by Byrne, touched up, and that's going to be in a high stick.
Yeah. It's going to be back on the blue line for the Impact team, or the last team to touch it. But given the first 3 minutes, George, of the period for the Impact, that they certainly responded well. They had a couple of opportunities down low, and of course, power plays will help you every single time.
Redo that face-off. 9:01 to go here in the first. 1-0. Traction Central Impact leading the Pinnacle Growlers. Still down in the Growlers' end. Ooh, big collision down in the corner. Big Ben O'Brien knocked down the Impact player.
Ben O'Brien is a big kid. He likes the smaller ice surface.
Maloney will shoot it in. Byrne behind his own net for the Impact. Looking for a Price, went by him. Pass up through the middle is knocked down at the blue line. Back with a couple of chances to get it out. Finally they do. Ingram gave it away to Kearley. He'll feed it back to Daw. Daw gets to center. Here they come. O'Brien across Chafe. Return pass.
That's just a
scores.
Just a three-way passing play. Actually, I'll go back and say a five-way passing play. The only with the right D-man, it wasn't a part of the play. But it looked like actually the puck was going to come back to O'Brien, who made a great pass, and it goes to the light guy coming in, and it's basically an empty netter. They grain the blue line here. They set up almost a 2-on-1 down low, which you see. Comes across. He doesn't decide to shoot it. Goes right back. Goes after D-man. He wanted to give it back to O'Brien. But O'Brien, he got defected by the defenseman. Comes right back to the late centerman. Back to the net. 1-1.
So both of them were open. Whoever that pass went to was going to score.
Yes, wide open.
Morgan keeps it in. So the Growlers do respond to that opening goal. Stolen away at the blue line. Hounsell. Taking Hounsell cutting inside. Hounsell's got it and stopped by Leonard. A great move.
Great move by Hounsell to bring it from outside to inside. And of course, I know that the defensive coach is now right for the Pinnacle Growlers are saying you just cannot get beat to the inside with a forward coming like that. You need to steer him at the chest and just take his lane away.
Hounsell's got great hands, been noticing that all year.
Yeah, he has. And good speed too, George.
Kennedy tips it into the middle, bit of a giveaway, but it'll come out. Players collide down below us. Tilly. And it's brought in by Kennedy. Growlers in on the forecheck. Trying to get it back to the point. Picked off by Hounsell. 3-on-2. Hounsell. Passed way too hard for Locke. May have gone off the defenseman's stick as well.
Think so.
Ellis holds it in at the right point. Off the boards. Can't get it in deep. Impact stay on it. Tried to feed it down for Pittman. That pass was intercepted. With 6.5 to go, Hounsell, he gets hauled down, and it's going to be another power play for the Impact. Third straight.
That's just such an easy call there. You get your stick up and engaged in a guy's arm. And the referee actually had to get out of the way of the referee. Both officials had their arms up immediately on that one. And it resulted in a good forecheck by the Central Impact team, but the Pinnacle Growlers had puck possession, had an opportunity to get out to the left side and fan on the pass.
And Declan Kennedy in the penalty box for the Growlers. As I mentioned, third straight power play for the Impact. They scored on their second one. They win the faceoff. Price. Had room to shoot it, but had nobody in front.
He did have room, and he hesitated just a little bit, and as a result, allowed the Pinnacle Growlers to get back in position.
Back up to Pittman. Price. That one gets through. Rebound is there. Poked wide by Kosh. Byrne back to Pittman. Across to Price. Right in front. Fanning on it in front with an empty net.
Looked like Pittman might have had a chance. Or Locke, sorry.
Number 7, I think it was in front. That one went off Lynch and came dangerously in front of the goal.
Kosh did a good job in front of net to free up players.
Here's Pittman, put on the brakes. Clendenning is out there.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of him so far.
There's a short-handed chance. Boland had to go off his skate. If he could have corralled that, he would have had a scoring chance. He'll feed it back to Daw now down the ice. Under a minute to go in the power play. Pass for Hounsell off the boards to go right down to the goaltender Leonard, who will cover it up and take the face-off in his own end.
Now Reed Feller had a lot of speed coming through the neutral zone there then, George. And as I say, you know, if I'm a coach and he's got that much speed coming through, I just tell him, keep going with the puck.
47 seconds to go in the power play. Fowler quickly moves it to Hughes over the other side. Byrne off his stick. Comes to the near boards. Growlers are on it. Boland. He'll play it back, kill some time.
Great job by Boland there.
Simmons. Now it goes down the ice. Just 22 seconds to go in the power play.
And this is where the Impact need to be a little bit more creative. Their power play right now is just too predictable. You can see their two forwards coming up on the forecheck, killing a penalty. They're taking away the seam pass, and it's very difficult for the Impact to gain with any type of position.
One off a stick, right on goal. 4.5 to go in the opening period. 1-1 tie. Byrne gets back. Swings it this side for Ingram. Ingram lost it at center. Following up on it is Strickland. To Byrne. Byrne gets away a shot right into the chest of the Pinnacle Growlers goaltender.
And George, you've heard me say this before, and I've spoke to Coach Casey about him. You know, we have chats throughout the year, and you know, even with the Cataracts. And the bottom line is, if your power play is not working, there's two things: either the structure is no good, or I shouldn't say no good, is not good enough, or the personnel. So you got to change one or the other. You just can't keep doing the same. And you know, they scored on their first or second power play, but it's becoming too predictable, which makes it easier to defend against or kill a penalty against.
And that power play is now over. No icing as it goes right to the goaltender. Lynch will cover it, and now it'll be a face-off in the Impact end.
And I'll even go back to the NHL, George, watching the game the other night. So the Boston Bruins have had the most power play opportunities in the NHL this year and are 28th in the league in power play goals. So they are getting many opportunities, but they're not scoring on them for a number of reasons. Now, it's not just as simple as one or two reasons, but those are the two premier reasons. Mostly has to do with personnel and or structure. And the teams are coached so well now.
Kosh dumps it in. Bouncing puck goes in wide. Kosh trying to get in there. Maloney around the boards quickly. Pushed into the referee. Comes out at center. O'Brien's got it. O'Brien's got some speed. O'Brien getting to the outside. Gets away a shot. Lynch has got that one and holds on.
Yeah, I like Lynch's position there. He comes out, squares up to the shooter, makes a relatively easy save, and, of course, most importantly, no rebound.
.317 left to go in the first. Morgan, his shot, wide of the goal. Dahl pick it up on the far boards, puts it in. Went in behind as well. Puck bounces out in front, gobbled up by Byrne. Byrne, drop pass. Hounsell right in front for Pittman. Pass just a little bit off.
That was just a great play that just didn't click.
Kearley, his shot stopped by Lynch. Hughes goes into the corner, high off the glass, and a little bit too high, goes out of play. And Robert would be remiss if we didn't mention the passing of a hockey legend this past week, George Faulkner.
Yeah.
From Bishop's Falls, who played senior hockey here in a lot in Conception Bay with the Seabees back in the day, played with Canada's national team.
Yeah, the trio of Faulkners, George, Lindy, and Alec. I mean, just spectacular trio, growing up in Bishop Falls, playing hockey on the river, and he's 91 years old, George.
And just got married a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still hope for us all.
I tell you, I mean, he lived life. He lived 91 years. He lived a full 91 years.
Yes, he did indeed.
But sad to hear about the passing of George Faulkner.
I can remember Terry Hart, who had interviewed him a number of times. Terry, who was a local broadcaster here in Central Newfoundland.
There's a chance.
And I tell you, listening to the stories of the Faulkner boys, I say Faulkner boys, Faulkner men, it's just remarkable to listen to. I just get so endeared and enamored listening to these guys tell the stories about their hockey exploits.
And I remember Impact had a couple of chances right in front of the goal. Leonard able to keep that up. But listening to his nephews, Wayne and Gene, talk about George and talk about Alex and their dad Lindy, and amazing the stories they can tell. I remember sitting around the golf course many a day, and they could spin some great tales about the Faulkners.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The history of hockey, and you know, they're going with the Cataracts and with the Seabees and the exploits that they had in the national teams, and of course in the NHL. It's just a remarkable group of individuals who grew up with pretty much next to nothing, but made the most of everything that they did have.
I remember seeing a video a few years ago of George playing guitar at Kelly's Pub down on George Street in St. John's. He was in his mid-80s.
Yeah, just a young buck then.
Yeah. He shot in, but Growlers get there first. No icing. Just over a minute to go. It's cleared out down the ice. Maloney back to get it. 1 minute left to go in the first period. Growlers backhanded in. Price. That one off a stick. All the way down into the Growlers end.
I really like the speed of this first period, George.
It's been good. It's a good pace. Bath with a shot that did not miss by a lot. Goes up and out of play. I think Lynch got a piece of that. May have gone off his shoulder.
I think so. You called Price's name just a few seconds ago. He will be our first intermission guest here as our first intermission segment continues. We will interview Quinn Price from the Central Impact AAA Major Midget team.
All right, look forward to that right at the start of the first intermission. And 25 seconds playing time from now. Rolling puck goes all the way down into the Impact, and it's stolen Unable to get it out in front of the goal, though, was Zach Kings. He tried the wraparound.
Yeah, he had an opportunity there. The defenseman was just a little lax on that play. Never protected the puck hard enough.
9 seconds to go. Kane's in over the blue line. His shot. Lynch knocked that down. It's kept in. 3 seconds. Puck goes to the boards. And there it is, the buzzer to end our opening period. And Robert, as you said, pretty good pace, pretty good first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think so.
Between these teams.
Yeah, well, the first 2.5 minutes, the Pinnacle Growlers had total puck possession, and it was the back end of everything for the Impact, but they responded. Well, we had a good period.
All right, so Robert's going to head down below to talk to Quinn Price. Shots on goal in the first period, 12-10, favoring the Central Impact. Down below, I see Quinn Price is there. Robert is making his way in there, as you can see. Yeah, get the bucket off so we can see you there, Quinn. Nice feature we have added to our intermissions this year.
Okay, good evening, folks. Here with Quinn Price, defenseman with the Central Impact hockey team, your third year. Quinn, tell me, how do you feel about this year's team compared to the last couple, and what role do you play?
I feel this year's team, we got a lot more depth, and we don't got like we're deep in depth, which makes us I feel like we're better this year than a little better this year than we have been most years, and we're good as a team. We all love each other, and my role on this team is I like to stick on just defense. I don't focus too much on offense.
I find that quite interesting because you're always handling the puck. But I got to pick up, you used the word love. Well, I really like the way that you use that word love. Quinn, I've been watching you for a number of years, and your skating ability is one of the things that I think is one of your assets. How can you attribute that to the smaller ice and a faster skating Pinnacle Growlers team?
Well, it gives me a little bit more time if I get to the puck before them, and yeah, that's mostly they're hard on us, but if you can get there before them, you got a little bit more time.
And that being said, I mean, it's so important to use reverses as a D-man, and because of that, and I notice you're usually one of the first guys back in your position and be able to outlet the puck. But it's so important that your forwards come back. So are your conversations in the dressing room during periods, or between periods, do you focus on that? Do you speak to each other?
Yeah, we're always vocal in the dressing room, talking about things we can work on and mistakes we made and how we can always play better.
Coach Casey, obviously, who is a stalwart here in Central Newfoundland, played on the national team and so on and so forth, played both forward and defense. What is one of the biggest pieces of advice that he's given to you as a player?
Oh, that's a hard one.
That's why I asked.
That's a really hard one. I gotta say, it's not about skill. It's about hard work, discipline, and attitude. And if you have 3 of those attributes, you can do very good.
Very, very well said. Last question before I let you go. Get back to the team. How were your exams?
They're all right. I'll leave it at that.
Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
All right, Quinn Price. His exams were okay. All right. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Quinn. Appreciate that. Thanks, Wayne Lynch, our cameraman. We're going to take a break. We're in our first intermission. We've got a 1-1 tie between the Traction Central Impact and the Pinnacle Growlers here at the Windsor Stadium here on AO.live. All right, just underway now in the second period. We've got a 1-1 tie between Traction Central Impact, Pinnacle Growlers. Big weekend for the Impact. They need to put some wins on the board against this first place team if they want to finish in second.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead, Robert.
No, you just got to try to stop the bleeding is all I was going to say, George. And right now it's just a small wound. You don't want it to get any bigger.
Well, they've dropped their last 5 games and now find themselves 2 points out of second place behind the East Coast Blizzard.
And George, that being said, if you think about going back to last year, they were enjoying a really good stretch, and then they went on another bad one where they had lost 7 in a row.
Yeah, there's that year-end tournament last year that
Yep.
was their downfall. They lost all their games to that year-end tournament and fell out of second, ended up going on the road and losing in the semis.
Well, they ended up going to fourth, having to play the first place team in the playoffs, which was these Pinnacle Growlers, after they had to play in the playdown.
Well, that's right. They ended up in third, yeah.
That's
or
right. Fourth.
After battling for
Well, they were
top
second
positions.
almost all year long.
Yep, and then it just came apart, that final tournament. So now they need to right the ship.
Well, that's the thing. You learn from that, and that's the most important thing.
Dumped in by the Growlers. Big Bath out in front, and he was alone there for a moment.
He was.
Buck bouncing around. Price pushed off it. Maloney brings it back in, dumps it down into the corner. Price. Locke couldn't get away. Hounsell continues on the forecheck in the corner. Maloney and Hounsell continue to battle down in the corner. Maloney gets it into the far corner. Locke overskated it. King tipped in front. Hounsell got a stick on it, but couldn't direct it on net.
Good position.
Shot back in by Parker Ellis. Simmons. Gets it to Maloney. He'll clear it in, and after a bit of a long shift to start the period, Maloney heads to the bench, and the Growlers get in a full change. Dahl back inside his own blue line, off the boards. Broken up by Ellis. Clendenning gets it across. Pittman swinging wide. Pittman tried to tip it out in front. It stayed in behind the goal. Growlers have it. Kearley threw it out in the middle. Hutchings quickly up the ice. Yes. Unable to connect with O'Brien. O'Brien goes in and gets it, though. Puck to the side of the Impact net. Pittman with a fancy little move. Made a little 360. Came up with the puck.
Good stick work.
And he's got it back. Pittman tried to drop it back to Clendenning, but Kearley read that one.
That's one where you hear the stick banging on the ice and you drop it, and of course the opposition is doing it.
Kearley into the middle. That's intercepted by Cooper Roberts. Came out, brought back in. Yep, the whistle has to go. That's offside.
What I was, George, after the interview with Quinn Price, I'd like to say thanks to Quinn. Great interview.
He did a great job.
He did a really good job, I got to say. And even when I asked him about the advice that Coach Casey gave me, he said, it's a tough question. I said, that's why I asked it. But anyway, I went up in the warm room to get a little taste of warm, and I banged into Paul Whalen, coach of the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts, who are on the road tomorrow in Stephenville. And also banged into Parker Ellis's dad that was up there. He's having this big plate of fries, gravy, dressing, and wieners. I said, the real estate business must be good. I said, it's too cold down here.
It is cold in here today. It's cold outside.
Yeah, it is. No snow.
Nope.
Unlike Deer Lake, the western coast.
West Coast has got lots of snow.
Yeah, they do.
Nothing here in Central, but
Yeah.
it has been cold the last 3 days.
Yeah, not balmy.
No, and frankly, guys, I don't know if you can hear my voice, but I'm shivering.
Little chatter.
Despite the thermals.
Little chatter.
Price gets it out. That'll let the Impact blue line. The Growlers couldn't bring it in. Now they do as they get back on side. Back get it out, and Locke bumped off the puck by Davis.
That's
He'll go
a
to the bench.
really good play by Davis. Coming in, just separate the guy from the puck and did a good job.
Long pass all the way down Haggett. Ooh, takes a push from Kennedy. Haggett lost his stick. Kennedy comes up with the puck. Kennedy able to work it to the side of the net. Backhand stop. Rebound is there. Couple of saves made by Lynch. Puck goes high in the air behind the net.
That's a great save by the goaltender and a very quick shot, George. Nice reaction save.
Ingram dropped it back. That's going to be offside. If Byrne touches it, he doesn't. He'll head out. Where's up at center. Ellis stripped of the puck. Here's Kennedy and all alone. Kennedy backhand stopped by Lynch on a great save.
And
Had to
George,
wait just a second to make sure that one didn't get through.
I can remember just a couple of games prior to the Christmas break when we watched. Ellis had a couple of tough shifts, a couple of tough games. And, you can see him lacking a bit of confidence, and he coughed up the puck. But one of the things that I like right there, he made a tough play and a mistake and got. But I like the fact that his team stayed with him and he's still out there for this shift.
Knocked down at center by Byrne. He'll shoot it in, but from his own side of the center red line, so that'll be an icing call against the Impact. 14:19 to go. Second period. 1-1 tie.
Faceoffs are critical here now, George, even though I know we're not near close to the midpoint of the game, but every faceoff is so critical. You win a faceoff in your defensive zone, it enables you to get the puck out. The opposition, when you just see they just won the draw,
A shot on net.
scoring opportunity.
Kept in by the Growlers. Impact have it. Pass up through center, taken by Adam Byrne. Byrne in over the blue line, leaves it. Ingram with a shot. That goes over the top of the net. Over to an open wing. Race for it there. Growlers get there first. Good hustle by Maloney. He's still battling in there behind the Impact net. Growlers get it. Daw back in behind the net. They try and feed it out in front. That's picked off, and the Impact will come back up the ice. King. He was looking for Fowler. Pass didn't quite connect. King's got it again. Threw it in front. Nobody home there for the Impact. Comes out. Hillier backhands it in. Maloney back in his defensive position behind his own net. Just behind the Impact net a moment ago. That took a funny bounce off the stanchion. Stayed in. Break there for the Impact.
It was.
Can't follow up on it.
It's going to be a penalty behind the play, George. A check to the back, hook. Just an easy call. Trip. Behind the play, Zach King is shaking his head, saying in disagreement. Many times when you get a penalty, you are.
Most players disagree when they get called for a penalty.
I don't want you to agree. No, if you want to agree, well, take up the game of chess. For all those chess, anybody who's playing chess, please don't email me or text me. I know no clue about chess. Checkers I was semi-bad at. Chess I have no clue.
Simmons. You were asking the other day, what's that horse thing on the board? That shot stopped by Lynch.
There's a king and a queen there. I think. Other than that, I know nothing. But George, one of the things I did notice tonight,
Okay.
and I can't remember, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong. It looks like, and me being the color guy, it looks like this Pinnacle Growlers team have new pants with the yellow and the gold
Little stripe
trim.
at the bottom of the pant.
I really like it. They used to just have the solid black pants, but now they have that. And just number 19 here doesn't have them, or number 18 Kennedy, but the rest do.
Okay.
And I noticed that as well, George.
Nothing gets by you.
Oh, well, and I really like it.
Philpott with the new pants.
Yeah.
Shoot it in.
Kennedy, number 18 is the only one with the old ones. It's easier to say that, I think.
And the Growlers on the power play. They get it into the bumper. Shot kicked away.
Nice pad save. Good play. Nice pad save.
We got 1 minute to go in the power play. Council will try and hold it down there as long as he can.
Yeah, he needed to stay down there with the puck.
Yeah, kind of gave it away there.
Yeah, I think he's tired.
Kennedy is in. Take it down along the goal line. Feeds it in behind the net. And a nice play there by Paul Hughes, the defenseman for the Impact. Steal the puck, clear it down the ice.
A lot of reach, a lot of range.
35 seconds to go in the man advantage.
Usually pretty good defensively.
Shot in by Bath around the boards. Growlers are on it. That's poked away. Nice play by Locke. That's going to force Tucker all the way back down behind his own goal. Time winding down. 15 seconds left to go. That pass gets past the defenseman. Bath with a chance, kicked away by Lynch as he gets the right pad down. 5 seconds to go. In the penalty to Zach King of the Impact. Now he is back out on the ice.
Hughes took a chance there trying to pick that puck off and got burned, and goaltender had to make a good save. That's icing.
No, Byrne is coming out and getting there first.
He did.
So no icing. Play continues.
And that was on the change because he wasn't on the ice, which was actually a very good play.
Well, that's one of those ones you can gain 20 feet.
Yeah.
One player goes off at one end of the bench, the other one comes on, as Byrne did down at the other end, closer to the net, and gained about 20 feet.
Well, you're exactly right, George, because when he jumped over the ice, he was actually inside of the blue line. But the puck had already gone in there, so he gained at least 20 feet, which negated the icing.
10:33 to go here in the second period. We've got a good one going here at the Windsor Stadium.
Yeah, it is. It's I really like the way that the game is going. Some good pace.
We had to move all our webcast equipment from the Joe Byrne, where it's been for the last 3 weeks. We're doing Cataracts games at the Joe Byrne, and hoping maybe we could have done the Impact game. Let's get back to this. We got a 2-on-1. Philippot across. Kearley had it go off the toe of his stick, just missed it.
Empty net.
Impact lucky there because Kearley was wide alone in front. That was a good pass. He just kind of fanned on it.
Yeah, it's one that he let the puck get in too close to his skates, and as a result wasn't able to get some good wood on it, and fanned on it, but it just left the goaltender.
There's a major figure skating competition or show happening at the Joe Byrne this weekend. That's why the Impact will move back to the Windsor Stadium. And there's a giveaway.
We should be down doing play-by-play on that.
I know as much about that as you know about chess. I know there's a double axle and a
yeah, there is.
triple Lutz. And
Yeah.
I don't know what they are, but I know.
I know the names.
I think I've heard those terms.
Yeah.
Camel spin.
Yeah. Toe loop. Yeah. No, there's a lot of good
Anyway,
lot
so
of good
they're at the
terms.
Joe, so we had to go down and pack everything up this week and lug it out here to the Windsor Stadium. Came in this afternoon, set everything up. And we are on the go here this weekend. 3 games.
Same time tomorrow, George?
Same bat time, same bat channel. Remember that?
I do remember it very well, aging ourselves, but I do remember, and I love that program. That series, I should say.
Yeah, your Batman TV series. Adam West, Burt Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all we
Classic.
say.
It's
Join us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Tune in.
Anyway, yeah, 6:30 again tomorrow, 10 o'clock Sunday morning. And we'll have those games for you as well. Morgan up at the blue line, trying to get it to Davis. Davis following up on it, goes into the corner with Hillier. Tilly on it, poked back behind the net. Davis has got it again. He gave it up. Tilly around the boards. Back at the point, Simmons can't shoot it. Now he'll try and feather it rather towards the front of the net. It ends up in behind. He was hoping for deflection or somebody able to get a stick on it. Impact at it. Out it comes. Morgan winding up inside his own blue line. Gets to center into the Impact. And Morgan with a shot blocker save made by Lynch. Back to Daw. Can't shoot it. Kennedy across the other side. Hutchings. That shot comes to the near boards. Back at the point. Daw with a hard shot. Scores!
That's what happens, George, when you get a quick release, you get it through a tip, and it beats the goaltender high blocker side. And that's just a result of a good quick pass and a quick release. Too many times, Impact been holding onto the puck, and they take away the shooting lane. But if you just watch this, it goes D to D, comes back over here. The forward picks the puck up, and a very quick pass. Just watch. Two guys are focusing on him. He doesn't stop the puck, and there's nobody in front of the net to tip it for the Pinnacle Growlers. Two forwards out high, and then the late guy coming through. Back of the net, 2-1.
Ryan Daw with a very quick shot from back at the point. Snapped it into the top of the net.
Yeah, it's important.
King, the Growlers, after trailing 1-0 early.
It's not about how hard, it's about how quick.
Hughes back, gets it off the glass. That'll get out down the ice. It's going to go wide of the goal, so that will be icing against the Impact. We are 7:18 left to go here in the second period.
But George, I really like the pace of this game. We watched a lot of games here this year, and there've been some really good hockey games. And this one here, I really like the pace going back and forth for both teams.
Price was looking for Kosh. It's kept in by the Growlers. Tucker. Locke. Witten got to it for the Growlers. Got it behind the net. Impact are on it. Price stops up behind his net. Fanned on that first pass, trying to spin away from the forechecker. Gets it to Kosh. Kosh off the boards and out. King trying to race onto it. King's got it along the boards. King out in front for Kosh. Here's Locke following up, but Locke put it over the top of the net.
Great chance there.
Tucker's on it. Tucker working against Price. His backhand up high, out of play. And again, they're saying the goaltender got a piece of it, so face-off will stay in the Impact end.
George Tucker being a left-handed shooter coming down the right side end. He's a strong skater, Gets his legs wide and is very hard to defend against, and he can go to his backhand or his forehand. He chose to go to his backhand, be a quick pass on that one, but a strong move down the right side.
Philpott for the Growlers plays it into the corner. Boland up along the boards. And the Impact get it. And once again, shoot it down. And once again, no icing.
Raced him to the puck. Beat him
Hounsell with a great burst of speed.
Yeah, beat him to the hash marks.
Back at the point, kept onside by Haggett. Just his shot is knocked down in front, and Philpott brings it out for the Growlers. Up at the blue line, comes back to Philpott. He's not going to shoot it in as he had teammates trapped in there. He'll swing it across the other way. Now it goes in. Lynch tees it up there for Ellis.
Great
Haggett.
job by the goaltender to come out to set that play up.
Here to this side, Fowler. He's in over the blue line. Byrne heading for the front of the goal. There's the shot. The rebound is there, cleared to the boards by Morgan.
It sort of eluded the goaltender, kind of by surprise.
Strickland gets past Keynes. Strickland brings it in. Strickland, as he tried to cut to the front of the net, lost it to Boland. Morgan now has it to Daw, who scored that last goal for the Growlers. Byrne to the side of the net. He gets tackled there.
Yeah, it's a good call.
It's going to be a penalty. Holding.
Yeah, Fowler just needs to stay away from this. You don't need anything else. There's nothing going on there. It's just
you got a power play.
Just a penalty.
Take that.
Byrne always manages to find a way to get to the net, George, when the puck is bouncing, is on a stick or away. And the defenseman was really left with no other alternative but to take him down. In behind this play, and of course, you see the numbers. It's a good chance you're getting a penalty, and he did. Daw scored the goal. Now he's in the box, getting his name on the score sheet a couple times.
King down the corner, fired around the boards by Mulrooney. Pittman got a stick on it, but couldn't hold it in. Byrne back to his defense. I'll give it back to Byrne. Hard around the boards. Hounsell waiting for it there. Maloney got a stick on it. O'Brien tipped it out, and here come the Growlers short-handed. Broken up by King. If he got that pass across to Kearley, Kearley was in all alone.
Yeah, that was a tough dump and a retrieval.
Puck bouncing around. Hounsell's got it. Hounsell cutting in towards the goal. Gives it to Byrne. Byrne from a sharp angle. Had to go off a stick to the near boards. Impact player knocked down. Growlers have it. Down the ice it goes.
Pitman was knocked down with George. I really liked the way that the Pinnacle Growlers closed on it. He had no puck support, and because of that, it was easy to defend against.
All right, just a minute to go in the power play. Burns swings it in. Mulrooney let it go. It'll come out. Here they come again. Short-handed, 2-on-1. O'Brien mishandled it. They can't touch it. Now the chance here for the Impact to come the other way. Fowler knocked off his stick. Back at the point, Byrne. 35 seconds to go in the power play. You're right. I think they should have touched it and taken the offside.
No question. And I've told my
you
players
had two
for
guys
years,
trapped. You only had two back and 5 coming the other way.
touch it.
Price. Fowler with a shot stopped by Leonard. Back to Byrne. Price, shot off his stick. Doesn't get through. Comes back to Price. 5 seconds to go in the power play. Byrne has it. The penalty now is over. There's Kennedy. Clear-cut breakaway. Shoot. Scores!
Just a bad pass there by Clendenning down low. He turns and shoots it right away, right on the defender's stick. And, of course, because of that, the penalty had expired, and the Pinnacle Growlers come out, and it's a breakaway. But Clendenning has total possession of the puck right here. Just watch, he has the puck right, and he just shoots it in there blindly. And, of course, it gets picked off, and then it's off to the races. Kennedy, one of the fastest skaters on the ice with the old black pants, scores.
3-1.
Yeah, that's a big goal.
Huge goal for the Growlers.
Well, you turn it around, you're killing the penalty, and then you score.
Goal comes with 2:58 left to go in the second period. They've opened up a 2-goal lead after trailing by 1 early in this one.
Yeah, they don't normally get beat when they're up, and they're a difficult team to play against. And, a 1, 2, 3 goal lead, not insurmountable, but very difficult.
And they're in looking for more right now.
They're trying down low on the puck, George. They pivot and pass very well.
Davis down into the corner, off the boards. Davis has got it again, sends it back in behind the net. Growlers are on it. Kennedy is tackled also.
We have a couple tackles here tonight. So now we're going to see the Pinnacle Growlers go on a power play, and they possess one of the best power plays in the league. Just after killing a penalty, got out. It was a 5-on-5. It wasn't a shorthanded goal, but now they go back on the power play. So this is a very pivotal point in the game with 2:15 left in the second period for this Impact team. They can't afford to give up another. And now he's going to get a 4-minute head contact on this one, George.
Ouch. Big moment here, yeah. If they go up by 3.
It's probably the most called penalty in this league, the AAA league, and modern hockey at this juncture is the 4-minute head contact.
Long power play here for the Growlers with just 2 minutes, just outside of 2 minutes to go in the period. Locke has it, sends it down the ice. Dog going back to retrieve it for the Growlers.
Usually as penalty killers, George, you get out 3 sets of penalty killers in a 2-minute shorthanded situation. Right now with a 4-minute, you get 3 sets of penalty killers out there twice, if you're lucky.
King, that hops over the stick of Dahl. Dahl going back to get it. Locke is going to go in and try and bother him. Dahl plays it into the corner to himself. Growlers don't seem to be in any big hurry to get set up here.
No.
Just under a minute and a half to go in the period. Now they'll bring it in. King got a stick on it, couldn't get it out. Still held against the boards, kicked free momentarily. Growlers finally come up with it. It's O'Brien back at the point for Daw. Daw holding it, put it through. Bath got a stick on it, but instead of directing it towards the net, it went towards the boards. Hughes, he's all tied up as he tried to clear it, couldn't get it out.
Great job for O'Brien to battle and come back and get that puck. He's just determined he wasn't losing possession.
Back to Daw. Shot, stick save by Lynch, and the puck goes up into the mesh behind the Impact goaltender.
And
37.3 seconds to go in the period.
And I guess while we got a minute on the hockey note, the new junior hockey team for Newfoundland and Labrador, the Newfoundland Regiment.
Yep.
And the new logo, and let's see how they fare.
The Caribou.
Yeah, I like it.
They just changed the name of the league from the Quebec Major Junior to the
Maritime Junior A League.
So now they got to change it to Atlantic.
Well,
Ah,
we are.
well, we're not part of the Maritimes.
We're not.
Anyway,
Geographical differences.
that comes right in front. Lynch has got it and keeps it out. 12.9 seconds to go. Second period, 3-1. Growlers leading the Impact, and they are still on the power play. Still a minute 57 left to go in that 4-minute head contact penalty.
George, that being said, they've also said the same thing about the Western Canadian Hockey League, where we have American franchises.
It's just a name.
It is. But let's wish them well, and let's hope that we have another good opportunity to see some more quality hockey. Not sure what they're complaining about. It just
Yeah,
looked
it
like
was
a
a
good
nice
check.
hit.
I think so.
Shoulder to shoulder, the guy had the puck. Certainly wasn't interference. Anyway,
No, and it was just a little off bounds. He got knocked down.
period comes to an end. A minute 44 of that penalty to the Impact will carry over into period number 3. But a good period for the Pinnacle Growlers as they have opened up a 3-1 lead. Shots on goal now favoring the Growlers, 26-15 after 40 minutes of play. All right, we're going to take a break here at the Windsor Stadium. We'll be back with period number 3 of this game between the Pinnacle Growlers and the Traction Central Impact of the Newfoundland and Labrador U18 Major Hockey League here on AO.live. See you in a few minutes, everyone. Anyway, the Pinnacle Growlers are back out on the ice awaiting the arrival of the Central Impact. 3 players down in the players bench. I'm not sure where the rest of them are. They'll be out shortly, I'm sure. Here they come. Got a minute 44 left to go in the power play for the Growlers to start this third period. They lead it 3-1 after 2 periods. Impact opened the scoring in the first period, 3 straight by the Growlers since then.
As I was making my way back up, of course, we went up to the warm room and we needed every bit of it. And I banged into Trevor Budgell, head coach of the Pinnacle Growlers, on the way back up. I said, Trevor, he said, how you doing? He said, Danielle Mills was there. He said, we got all the celebrities here tonight. I said, no. I said, I'm incognito. I said, but I got one simple question to ask you. It's not even a hockey question. I said, how come Kennedy has the black pants on and not the new one with chip? He said, what's he? I don't know. He said, he likes to be his own.
All right, power play. Growlers. Daw holding it. We go the other side. Shot comes in. Rebound is there. They try and feed it back to Daw. That was intercepted by Hounsell. Hounsell cutting inside of Daw. We've seen him do that a couple of times. Just missed. There was room in that top corner, and he just missed it.
Yeah, he had the goaltender beat, but
Boy, he's made
up
that
and over.
made that move a couple of times.
Out to in, and
Yep.
twice he's beat the D-man on that particular play.
Tried it a third time. Got a little shoulder
Yeah.
in return. Pass in the skates, following up on it. O'Brien going outside. And cut in front of the net, lost it. Battle for it at the side of the net. Goes into the corner. 43 seconds to go in the power play. Price was knocked down. Tucker plays it back. Boland towards the net. Bath takes it off the boards. Can't shoot it from there. Back at the point to Daw. He was looking for Boland. That pass was up in the air. Impact don't get it out though. Just 15 seconds to go in the power play. Impact still on it. Tucker. Boland with a wrist shot. Stopped by Lynch. Dahl keeps it in. 3 seconds to go in the man advantage. Puck along the boards. Cleared out. Player comes out of the penalty box, and the penalty is over. We're back to 5-on-5.
That's a big 4-minute kill there for the Central Impact.
Just realized trying to work a computer mouse with a glove on your hand is not the best idea.
That's all right. Keep your glove on.
That's why that extra graphic popped up there for a second. Okay, the glove's got to go. Kennedy pulls it back, shoots it, and right into the breadbasket of Jaden Lynch.
Kennedy is a smooth skater, George. He manages to find the open ice quite often. Really like the way he comes out the right side. Go back to the middle, which you're going across the old train tracks, and you got to have your head up, but he got a quality shot away. Goaltender, good save.
Face-off win for the Growlers. Hops over the stick of the defenseman. Morgan comes out. Growlers get it, send it back in. Lynch leaves it there. Hillier lost as he got to center. Back continue on. Byrne overskated it in the corner. Growlers move it out. Good pass for Tilley, but it went underneath his stick. Allowed the Impact to clear it out. Growlers tag up. Simmons around the boards. It goes. Picked up over there by Kennedy. He'll kick it out. Davis was looking for it. He was stopped. Shot back in by Hillier. Growlers get it out quickly before the forecheck could get in. Threw it in front. It's tipped out. Kosh with it. Kosh goes down. Puck comes out. Price following up on it, the defenseman. Can't beat Maloney. Maloney lost it. Fowler behind the net. Gets it to Byrne. Byrne working back there, back at the point for Price. Price, a little trouble handling it. He's being forced out. He gave it up. Here comes Kennedy. Working on Hughes. Kennedy crashing the net, and it bounced around, and Lynch able to keep it out.
Kennedy with a good burst of speed, always a threat offensively, and you see him getting back into play, turns that puck over and gets in, gets good position on the D-man, get it to the outside, but the D-man kept him to the outside, so he was only able to get the one hand on the stick, but still had to make that save.
O'Brien against Clendenning. The puck goes down the ice. No icing. This is off the stick of the Growler player. Impact in there. Quickly comes to the side of the net. They get a whack at it. Kept out by Leonard.
Good speed on a turnover there by Ingram. I really like the way they get in on the forecheck.
Pittman closing on him. He leave it in the corner for O'Brien. O'Brien with a little bit of room to go. And out comes O'Brien with some speed.
Just a strong skater, O'Brien.
Hughes did a good job to stay with him. Quinn Price came up with the puck, moves it ahead to Clendenning. Clendenning into the middle for Pittman. Can't get a shot away. Now Pittman's got it. Still can't pull the trigger. Taken away. Chafe through the blue line. Delayed offside indicated. So Growlers clear the zone. Pittman gets it, shoots it in. Morgan chased out by King. Up through the middle. Haggett gets it for the Impact and clears it out. They'll leave it for Locke. 2-on-3. Locke trying to work his way in. He does. Got away a backhand. Kicked away by Leonard.
Nice move there by Locke to split the D and go in with some good speed, take it to his backhand.
He was 1-on-3 and got away a decent scoring chance.
He did indeed.
Haggett turns, shoots it back in. Broken up by Hilliers. He hops off the bench. Down the ice it goes. This one likely will be icing against the Impact. 14:33 left to go here in the third period. Growlers continue to lead 3-1.
Really nice stretch pass there by the Pinnacle Growlers. Dow all the way up to his forward on the blue line. And Impact were not in position. He had to get back. And of course, that's what resulted in the icing.
Long shot right into the glove of Lynch.
George, I really like the way the Pinnacle Growlers are playing between the dots. They're actually forcing the play to the middle. And so because you force it to the middle, that actually opens up it on the outside. And what really needs to happen is that the Impact D need to close in a little quicker. They're staying out wide, but there's nobody there.
And behind the Impact net, Strickland works it free, but it'll be kept in at the point. Shot right on goal. Growler player Brandon Philpott was left alone.
Yeah,
he thought they were going to clear the zone.
And that's the result of being out too wide, George. They need to come back in. That's the Impact D. There's no reason to be out there. There's nobody out there. There's a guy in front of the net who's by himself for 10, 12 seconds.
Maloney and just plays it into the corner. Strickland picks it up here in the near boards for the Impact and gets rid of it off the stick of Simmons. Simmons has to retreat. Taken away. Thrown in front. Kosh with a shot stopped by Leonard.
That's what Kosh needs to do a lot more of. Turn pucks over. Get in and force plays. Don't be a flyboy. Get in and force plays.
Maloney hard around the boards out at center. Waiting for it there was Boland. Boland comes this side for Simmons. Simmons will shoot it in and head to the bench.
Simmons is a short D, George, but quick speed, and he does a lot of the simple things very well.
Impact send it in. Hutchings back to get it. They'll get it out. Bath. Looking for Tucker. Tucker ducking and weaving. Gets to it first. Price lifts it out. Daw for Tucker. To Bath. Bath trying to go inside out. Tucker's got it. Shot, it's deflected. Bath got a stick on that, and Lynch stayed with it, made the save.
That was a great deflection and a great save.
Roberts knocked off his stick. Witten backhands it into the Impact zone. This is the way the Growlers want to play if you're up 3-1. Not a whole lot happening, which is what you want when you have a 2-goal lead.
Too many of the passes from the Impact are too line, George. You get it up to Roberts, who stood still on the red line because he's too far off ice.
Growlers would like this third period to be as uneventful as possible. That shot wide.
Particularly uneventful if you score.
Comes to the side of the net. Growlers on it again. Under 12 to play. And behind the net. Into the slot. Bath left alone. Lynch with another save.
Really dominating the Impact here now. Very dominant.
They've really taken over at this point. Simmons with a shot. Rebounds in front.
They're going to score.
It rattles around there. You can kind of smell it coming, can't you? And that is off a stick of Jackson Ingram. It goes into the mesh, and the face-off will stay in the Impact end. We're down to 11:22 to go in the third.
What happened there then, George? The Impact, Pinnacle Growlers just had good puck possession, but more importantly, it's what we call the rotation. They were moving the puck around quite quickly and getting quick turnovers, and of course, because of that, Impact were chasing the puck.
That one off a skate. Here's King. Chance here for the Impact on the turnover. Hounsell back to King, scores. So that was pretty.
That was very pretty, but it's a turnover on the top of the blue line. And that's as good a 2-on-1 as you're going to see. Simmons played it well, George. However, it's a 2-on-1. They get a quality chance here. Just watch it. We turn it over right here. Pinnacle Growlers are just caught too flat-footed and in a position where you don't need to be. This is just a great play down low. The goaltender comes over, plays the shooter, dishes it off down low in the soft spot. Back of the net, empty goal, 3-2.
Well, that changes things dramatically.
Yeah, stay tuned.
I thought Hounsell was going to shoot at that time, and so did the goaltender.
I think so.
He made a great pass, and King had the empty net, just had to tuck it home, and that's going to be a penalty, a bad one there for the Impact after just scoring. That could kill momentum.
Yeah, it's going to be a tripping call. The official down ice or back behind the play makes the call. The official who was on it 5 feet away doesn't. It's one I've always been questioning. Not saying it wasn't a trip, but I'm not quite sure why the official who's next to it doesn't call it, and the official who's back in center ice does. I'm waiting for Eddie Flood to text me. Not saying it's not the right call.
That's all about angles, right?
Okay, I got you. That's what they tell me when I'm trying to play pool.
Off a stick. Impact get it. Send it down the ice. Simmons hustling back to get it.
This is a critical penalty kill for the Impact, George. Not only for tonight's game, but going into the next 2 days, as I feel.
Big moment here. Midway through the third period, a 1-goal game.
Just came up with a goal to get himself within a goal.
And don't get it out. Kept in by Morgan. Growlers still have it. Here's Morgan centering it. He'll shoot it off the leg of Kosh.
Good job for Kosh to get out there, really get out in the shooting lane.
Simmons still along the boards. Everything kept to the outside so far. That one off a stick comes in front. Hounsell's got it, and Hounsell will clear it down the ice.
Kosh did a good job twice there, George. He got out and blocked the first one, got out and deflected that next one, got himself in good position.
And that goes out of play. 57 seconds left to go in the power play for the Pinnacle Growlers. 9:54 to go in the third period.
Nothing wrong with trying that stretch pass for the Pinnacle Growlers, George, but even if the forward gets that puck all the way up ice, he stood still with no puck support because the Pinnacle Growlers had gone for a line change. And I'm sure the coach Budgell is telling his D-man now, wait to bring that puck up or wait till you get reinforcements.
Well, the Growlers seem to be in pretty good shape just a couple of minutes ago, but that goal by Zach King of the Impact has, as they say, changed this game.
Well, they expect a lot from Don Bath here now and O'Brien.
Here's Bath. Trying to feed it in front, picked off by Hughes. Pass it King in the back, but now he's got the puck. His long shot blockered away by Leonard. They go into the boards. Growlers. O'Brien. Goes cross ice. He hit the boards, and Tucker had to back up to get it. Now he'll bring it in. Lost it at the blue line. Following up on it as Haggett had a little trouble handling it. Now it's Hughes. And that little bobble set up a forecheck here for the Growlers. And then it's cleared. And that'll do it. A good penalty kill for the Impact.
All it required was that little bobble, because without it, it was a little trouble.
So we're back to 5-on-5.
Gate is open here. Someone's got to close that. We're in trouble.
Oh, the penalty box gate.
Love that song, George.
Hooked on a feeling?
Love it.
That takes you back.
Makes me feel like hot summer day, too. Not quite like tonight.
8.5 to go. 1-goal game. We got a good one going here at the Windsor Stadium.
Really like the game tonight.
Dumped in. Strickland's got to go back to get it. Strickland rings it around looking for Hilliard. Hop past him. Came off the boards. Hilliard trying to knock it down. He's got it. And he'll bring it out. Gets to center. Tried to dump it in. Hit Chafe. Comes back to Fowler. Backhands it in. Doesn't get it deep. With an area pass to Chafe, who skates onto it. Gets away a good shot. Another blocker save made by Lynch, who's been very good in this game for the Impact.
I think it might have went off his helmet. I think so.
Yeah, they're checking on it. Yeah.
On his noggin, yeah. But George, just part of that, going up the right side of it, Caden Hilliard has that puck and he tries to dump it in, but he dumps it in through the middle of the ice where there's 8 bodies. He needs to dump that puck in the line of the boards to soft play. That did go off of Lynch's mask helmet. No worse for wear, however. Jerry Cheevers would be proud. Add another little black mark to the helmet, mask.
Comes right in front, back at the point. Hutchings couldn't keep that onside. It's touched. That'll be offside against the Growlers. 7:50 left.
4 or 5 inches outside. Clearly, you can see the white between the blue and the puck. Actually, one good thing about out here at the Windsor Stadium, George, at least we can see the blue line and the red line and the lines. Unlike the Joe Byrne, you just got to guess.
Lines are a little faded back at the Joe.
Faded is an understatement.
Told they're hoping to have at least a temporary fix in place shortly for that leaking problem at the Joe Byrne as well.
They're going to have a $140,000 tarp. Yeah. That's pretty good.
It's a heck of a tarp.
Better.
But it's been a problem since November. When we
Yeah.
first had all that rain in November and the stadium started leaking. It's been leaking since, and because of that, they haven't been turning on the heat because of snow on the roof.
Yeah,
You turn on the heat, it's going to
Calamity
exacerbate the problem, but we're told that they will have a temporary fix, and then we'll look to do a more permanent fix spring or summer.
They say leaks only happen when it's raining. I said, well, it hasn't rained 2 weeks and been leaking ever since. But I don't want to really get up on the top to try to fix it, George.
No, I'm not going to be doing that work.
Okay. We'll watch it.
Growlers coming in right in front of the net. Boland got a stick on it and rolls in to goaltender Lynch. Just sit on it.
If you're Coach Casey, sorry, George. If you're Coach Casey here now, 7 minutes left, you're saying, guys, you've just got to be stronger on the puck down inside of these hash marks. You can't be flimsy and fooling around with the puck. And that just cost them 2 turnovers and almost another goal. You're only down by a goal.
Kosh winding up. Got it to Clendenning. He was stopped. Pittman following up on it, dumps it in. Morgan. He'll go the other side. Off the boards, taken by Daw. Into the middle, looking for Philpott. That's picked off. Out it comes. Kosh working against Daw. Kosh gets a shot away, and Almost caught going the wrong way was Leonard. He was moving to his right a little bit. And got the left pad down, kept it out though.
Yeah, it was a good quick shot by Kosh. I like the way he came back. He's had some offensive opportunities tonight, George. And he's a big, strong, heavy kid, good skater. And he needs to be in on the offense a little bit more. And I think Coach Casey expects him to do that. Really like the way the goaltender, you talked about, kicked out that left pad, though.
In behind the Growlers net. Players pile in back there. Finally, the Growlers come up with it. Over to an open wing. Haggett reaching for it. Kennedy gets there first. Kennedy tried to feed it in front. Broken up by Strickland, who came sprawling out.
Great job by Strickland there to drop in the right time.
Shot in by Hounsell. Lock on it first. Lock to the boards. Maloney. Kennedy. Stopped at center. Hounsell reaching for it. Now Hounsell's got it. Back to his defenseman Price for Locke to King, who'll send it in, and that line will head off. 5.5 to go here in the third period. Still just a 1-goal game. Kennedy stops it along the boards for the Growlers, gets it down into the corner. Davis is in there. Davis gets knocked down. Byrne gets knocked down. Byrne shaken up a little bit. Play continues. Maloney across. Shot comes in. Kicked away by Lynch. Growlers with a good shift here. So keep the Impact pinned in their own end. Davis got it back. Davis, top of the circle. Comes over to Maloney. Maloney drives it down into the corner, pokes it behind the net. It's missed back there. Kennedy will back this side, and they continue the pressure. And finally, the Impact just get rid of it at center. Simmons to the other side. Davis, drop pass. Kennedy holding it, shoots. Just getting the toe of the skate on it was Lynch. Whitten. Diagonal dump in. Ellis back to get it. Up ahead, they get a stick on it. Fowler going in to chase. Comes out in front. Fowler pokes the backhand wide.
Good speed for Reed Fowler to come in there, beat the D-man. Anticipate the dump in.
Now we'll come the other way. Tucker trying to split the defense. Pucker comes in, the puck rather. It comes in to Lynch, and he'll hold on to it.
Two great shifts then for each team. Back and forth, back and forth. Couple goal scoring opportunities. Nice long pass and then a dump in. And of course, Reed Fowler recognizing that. Knew there wasn't going to be icing and got in to beat his D-man and got a quality shot on net.
Hutchings couldn't hold it in. It's out. Back in by Daw. Gets past Lynch. Impact just can't get out of their own end right now. Bath to the front of the net. Went by everybody. Picked up by Strickland. Looking for Clendenning. He had turned the other way. And they're going to call it icing against the Impact.
Yeah, and the Impact bench are actually complaining, saying that the D-man turned from the inside. The puck had gone into the outside. He had an opportunity to touch it, but he made a nice play on it, turned, got the call.
Just under 3.5 to go. Shots on goal, 37-21, favoring the Growlers. It's just a 1-goal game. Growlers win the face-off again. Put it back in behind the goal. Kearley looking for it back there. Pushed to the boards by Hughes. This is Kearley. This is O'Brien. O'Brien at center. Turns. Sends it back in.
Not
Hughes.
quite sure of that play.
Yeah.
That's a 3-on-3 play.
To Kosh. Kosh getting himself free. Kosh on the backhand. Stopped by Leonard. Got in a little deep. Couldn't get much on it.
Yeah, it's one of the best games I've seen Kosh play this year. He's recognizing his opportunities, taking advantage of it. If he could score now, he'd have a great night. But he's getting opportunities, and that's all you can ask for. That's going to be an icing.
Yep, Price got to it, cleared it out, and Simmons gets there first. So we're down to 2:34. We'll keep an eye on Jaden Lynch in the impact net if the impact can ever get the puck down in the Growlers' end.
Well,
They've spent the last 4 minutes in their own end.
You got to get it down with possession. Well, first thing you got to do is win faceoff.
It's a good start.
That's Captain Obvious. Someone said goaling.
Having the puck is better than not having the puck.
Yeah, and now they don't have it.
Right now, nobody's got it. It's along the boards, but that works in favor of the Growlers. Now Hounsell has it, moves it ahead. Tough pass for King.
Going straight up the ice, and the chances of making that one are slim to none.
Dumped back in by the Growlers. Hillier gets it to the boards, but Growlers are on it. A shot stopped by Lynch. Locke gets a stick on it, gets it ahead to King.
Going to see the goaltender goal now.
King dumps it in, under 2 minutes to go, around the boards. Locke couldn't hold it in.
It's going to be an icing call.
No, they're saying Locke just got a piece of it.
Wow.
Just got a little tick. That was enough.
He didn't get enough of that one.
Holding it. Goes the other side. Again, Impact can't get the goalie out with the puck in their own end as we are down to a minute and a half to go here in period 3. Growlers have played a terrific last 5 minutes.
Yeah, they just need to be content, keep the puck down. They don't need to do anything fancy. Just keep it down there below the goal line.
Kennedy turns. Back it goes again into the corner. Little keep away now.
I looked up at the clock, George. It was a minute and 42. We're down to a minute and 10. The puck hasn't come outside the hash marks.
The fans exhorting the Impact to get that puck out.
Yeah, well, you got to get possession to get it out. But
they haven't really touched it. And then it's taken and shot down the ice. It's going to go right on goal, but Impact will change.
Growlers did a fantastic job down there.
Again, it was touched. Goalie is out. Price pushed to the boards. Price will skate it out himself. Price gets to center. No further. Stop there. Byrne knocks it down. Byrne sends it in. Everybody standing still at the blue line for the Impact. Tough to get in on the forecheck. Boland. Cross for Daw. Under 20 seconds to go. Here's Price. Kennedy did a good job to tie his stick up. Then it's turned over at the blue line. Puck coming free. Boland getting to it. Boland can't get a shot away. He's forced behind the net by Hilder, but it's not going to matter. Time is running out, and there is the buzzer. Great job by the Growlers in the last few minutes of that period to just give nothing
George,
to the Impact.
At the 2-minute mark, I thought the Impact had a chance to get the puck down deep to get the goaltender out. They couldn't. And then after the puck got dumped back down into the Impact zone, just 45 seconds with two guys down low for the Growlers. Then they had a guy stayed up high, just back and forth, and the Impact weren't able to get possession to come out as a unit. And as a result, 3-2 loss.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We're back again tomorrow, 6:30 game time here at the Windsor Stadium. Again, these two teams will meet, and they'll meet again Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. We'll have both those games for you. This was a good one tonight here at the Windsor Stadium. Growlers win it 3-2. On behalf of Robert Golding and cameraman Wayne Lynch. Wayne, good to have you back. Wayne did camera for us with the Cataracts for about 10 years or so.
Picked a nice warm night, Wayne.
Hasn't been able to do a game since, but glad to have him back on the camera with us tonight. Folks, my name is George Scott. We'll see you again tomorrow evening.